A staple feature of Ramadan is the abundance of rizki, be it food, drinks, and even donations. As for the breaking of fast, families who have the time or a home chef or cook would conjure up their own special meals or dishes. But for many people today, it's off to the Ramadan stalls to buy ready-to-eat cooked food to take home. Those who work and don't have time to cook, the Ramadan stalls that spring up in the country throughout the holy month offer varieties of food and drinks that they can get quickly and easily. In Ramadan, things are different. The spirit and the bond of Islam become more visible. In atmosphere serene and friendly, Ramadan, the blessed and beautiful month of Islam, is back. Every year in Bandar Seri Begawan, the Ramadan stalls are located in the vicinity of the Hassan al-Bolkiah National Stadium, the parking area in front of the Royal Regalia building, and the night market stalls area near the Gadong Market. They provide a variety of things to take home to break fast with, food and drinks that is traditional and non-traditional from the east and the west. The local kalupis and pulut panggang, while the top representatives from the west would probably be burgers and the like. The prices is also the key. Most of the items are sold at reasonable prices. Ramadan is also a month of innovation, so don't be surprised to find something new or at least with a new name on offer. Mukims and kampungs in the Brunei Muara are also active organizers of Ramadan stalls. These village vendors are not lesser than their counterparts in the capital, offering also different varieties of mouth-watering, tasty cooking food and drinks. Ramadan, the blessed month, is also the month that generates extra rizki or income for many people. It's a month when the village economic activities become more active and productive. The lure and the spirit of Ramadan, so tranquil, so lovely, that it's also a lovely time simply strolled and looks around. Often there are also too many things to choose from that visitors become confused and not buy anything, but just go home to mother's or the wife's cooking. Some stalls are catalytic, that sometimes people just go home to cook the same things they saw in town. As a strong Islamic nation, the coming of the holy month is welcomed with blessings and devotion. Mosques, suraus, prayer stalls and individual homes are alive with religious activities, especially the Sunat Tarawih and Witir prayers, as well as the reading of the Al-Quran to highlight Ramadan. Sunat Tarawih prayers is a usual sight in Brunei Darussalam throughout the month of Ramadan. The Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque in the capital is among the focus of prayer congregants who perform the Sunat Tarawih and Witir prayers to take place after the obligatory Isha prayer. Ramadan is a holy month that could educate and discipline individuals to become more focused and devoted in performing various religious practices, be it the obligatory and preferable or sunat. It encourages Muslims to make good and beneficial use of this life. The fact is that praying symbolizes loyalty and thankfulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the bounty and blessing for all mankind. If the prayer is performed well, the reward will be far greater, either it's done individually or even better in a mass congregation. Hope Cafe aims to help offenders learn specific skills in F&B through lessons and hands-on training, as well as find jobs in the industry even before they are released. Offenders with the right aptitude and keen interest in F&B are selected to attend courses under the Singapore Workforce Skills Qualification Framework. They undergo hands-on vocational training at Hope Cafe and graduate with certificates in culinary arts or F&B operations. One ex-offender who has benefited from this program is 47-year-old Sundar. He says his quality of life has improved now that his time is largely spent at work.
My education is not so good. So this course is really help us, to move us more better in life. So it's very useful for me because outside is a lot of challenges. Here in sector come also they teach us, you guys must wake up. So we need to upgrade ourselves.
Sundar's employer says regardless of a candidate's background, such training help raise their chances of being employed.
The challenges that we face with any potential employees would be that, we will make sure that we're actually hiring the right person, and then we also want to make sure that they will stay with us.
With more than 6,000 vacancies in the F&B sector last year, facilities like Hope Cafe can grow a pool of trained workers to take on such jobs. SCORE says while the F&B industry in Singapore is vibrant and in need of manpower, it also works with WDA to help train offenders and place them in jobs in other industries such as logistics and service. So far, 154 offenders have completed training at Hope Cafe since it was set up in November 2013, and SCORE hopes to train another 204 inmates by the end of this year. The annual Candle Festival in Thailand's northeastern Ubon Ratchathani province kicked off recently with candle works from 8 countries on display. Ahead of the Khao Pan Sao or Buddhist Lent on July 12th, the annual festival will showcase magnificent carved candles in spectacular parade. The festival, which traditionally marks the beginning of Buddhist Lent, shows the local people's devotion to Buddhist traditions while allowing them to showcase their renowned candle carving skills. 13 artists from Bulgaria, India, Italy, Malaysia, Mexico, Spain, Ukraine, and local craftsmen are exhibiting their skills in the International Wax Sculpture Competition of the festival. They are preparing their sculptures at Ubon Ratchathani Museum with fine art students from a local college as their assistants. People are invited to observe the crafting to see the artists at work. The Italian artist is creating a classic car, while the Malaysian is boasting a pair of hornbills. They are scheduled to put a final touch on July 10th deadline. Their works will be the highlights of the festival's parade, along with the traditional candles and floral floats, which take place on Buddhist Lent Day, the beginning of Lent when the monks take to their temples for the rainy season. The parade will start out from the front of Wat Si Ubon Ratanaram and head along the roads as far as Tung Sri Muang. Taking part in the parade will be dancers and musicians in traditional costumes. Staffs of the Nakhon Ratchasima Zoo joined the World Cup 2014 fever by having their big cats predict the results of the second round. The activity took place at the zoo in Chai Mongkol sub-district of Muang Nakhon Ratchasima district on June 27th. It is aimed at following the popular football tournament and promoting the zoo. Nakhon Ratchasima Zoo Director Arkom Manikul said the predictions by zoo animals preceded the match between Uruguay and Colombia at 3 a.m. on June 29. Zoo staff had the 11-year-old female leopard called Nong Dao and the 9-year-old male panther named Nong Num pulled ropes attached with meat and the traditional flags of Uruguay and Colombia. The leopard won by pulling the Uruguay flag slightly faster than the panther with the Colombia flag. Mr. Arthit said the activity was aimed at entertainment only and was not intended to support gambling. He added that the activity will continue at the zoo to show off the capabilities of its animals daily throughout the World Cup tournament. The Royal Thai Navy commissioned a new oiler vessel built by the Bangkok Dock Company, a shipbuilder under the Defence Ministry. In a launch ceremony, Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Navy Admiral Narong Pipatanasai presided over the launch of the HTMS Matra oiler vessel at a dock of Amphibious Squadron in Samut Prakan province recently. The name of the 1,200 KL vessel is given by His Majesty King Bhumipol Adulyadej. HTMS Matra will support logistics, transport fuel for the naval fleets, and engage in humanitarian efforts and environmental projects. The tanker vessel is measured 63.5 meters in length and 12 meters in width, with fuel tank capacity of 90,000 liters. Capable of operating in the range of 4,000 nautical miles and more than 12 days at sea, the vessel complies with NATO standard, according to the Bangkok Dock Company. A Laotian woman who gave birth to quintuplets recently at a hospital in Thailand thanked the team of doctors for their work in the safe deliveries. The parents, who are grocery store owners in the province of Vientiane, brought the quintuplets to a press conference with the doctors at Bangkok Udon Thani Hospital. The 33-year-old mother, Kantali Chantarangsi, and her husband, Kongta, that have now been a pair of famous figures in Laos, expressed their gratitude towards the medical team for performing the cesarean section without complications. Holding hands with joy, the pair also thanked the Lao and Thai people for their support. Kongta said he has given names to the 5 new members of the family and vowed to raise them well. The couple already has an 8-year-old daughter at home. Since giving birth, the pair have received several calls from their relatives in Laos. Their story has been enthusiastically followed by Lao media. The Mini Malaysia and ASEAN Cultural Park, located near the town of Aikroh in the historical city of Malacca, offer visitors the chance to explore the traditional architecture and way of life. It is also an opportunity to see some of Malaysian heritage in a short, all-encompassing outing. The park, which has an area of 12.9 hectares, showcases traditional houses that portray the different architectural style, tradition and lifestyle of 13 states in Malaysia. Each of the homes is furnished with various items such as arts and handicrafts which depict the culture of each state. The management is targeting 200,000 visitors to visit the park in conjunction with the Visit Malaysia year this year. 35,000 local and foreign tourists had visited the place as of last month. Manager of the park, Ahmad Adam Ahmad Fuad, said currently only the Mini Malaysia complex is open to visitors, while the Mini ASEAN Cultural Park is closed for upgrading works. The Mini ASEAN Park, which features traditional houses of ASEAN countries, will cost over $6.24 million for the construction of an additional 11 units. A theme park that offers 7 games, including Jumping Star and miniature Ferris wheel, will be completed within the next 3 months, which is expected to attract more visitors. Visitors who come to the park also have the opportunity to indulge in a variety of activities, including horse riding, kayaking, and playing traditional games such as top spinning and chongka, besides being entertained by weekly cultural shows. Almost 1,000 people, including local residents, military officials, attended an event on June 28th in memory of the massacres carried out by Japan in West Kalimantan province in Indonesia. Over 50,000 people were murdered by the Japanese Navy on June 28, 1944. Kazue, a Japanese sojourner in China, said that she specially came to Indonesia to attend the event, and such kind of history should not happen again, and the young people should rebuild the friendship. The 5 principles of peaceful coexistence are still accepted by the international community in dealing with international affairs and reaching common ground, according to a project manager at the Museum of Asian African Conference. The principles, known as the Punch Seal in India, are the key elements of a political philosophy that governs relations between the nations and were first set down by China, Myanmar and India during the visit of the then Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai to India and Myanmar in 1954. They were later codified as part of an agreement signed at the end of the historic Asian African Conference, also known as the Bandung Conference, in 1955. A museum now stands on the site of the conference. The museum's project manager, Desmond Satria, believes the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence are still important to international relations today. Historical materials kept in the museum indicate that the principles of seeking common ground, while shelving differences and making decisions based on common consensus, were widely supported by most of the representatives attending the meeting.